Welcome back to the UnMeasured podcast, everybody. We have another special guest, and it's the same guest from last episode who is filling in for Trevor tonight. He couldn't make it, had some stuff going on, but welcome back, Matthew Juvie, for the second time in a row.
What is up?
How we doing today, buddy?
I'm good.
Love it. Less nervous today, right?
Yeah, and less nervous. I'm glad that I can fill in for our boy Trevor.
Yeah, we appreciate it very much, man.
We can't skip a podcast for the UnMeasured
After the grind, baby.
Absolutely.
Getting after it.
Dude, I loved it. I loved it last time. So hopefully this week we can
I gotta listen to it still. I listened to like half of it, but I gotta like fully listen to that stuff. So that's up on YouTube right now, guys. So go check that out on iTunes as well. Getting after it. So we'll have this one up hopefully tomorrow as well. So you guys can definitely check that out. But how we doing today, man?
Dude, good. I didn't actually work today because it was it was about 1 degree this morning.
It was that cold?
Yeah, it was that cold. It warmed up throughout the day, but we were working outside.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
So we're like, nah. We're gonna pick that job up again on Thursday.
Okay, gotcha. So. Yeah, working in negative degree weather can't be fun. So right. I don't know what you can really do outside in that kind of weather, anyways.
Wear a lot of layers.
There you go.
Lots of layers. I picked up some long johns. Another thermal shirt. Hand warmers.
Those are crucial.
So
definitely crucial.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Minnesota for you. I don't think any other state. Just working out in 5-degree weather.
I didn't think I was going to spend this much money on, warm apparel, but I have to because
now, especially if you got the money now, I mean, it's always nice to have backups. Always nice to have backups. But anyways, everyone, we, Trevor had to get some stuff going today. So Matt is filling in today. Probably maybe in the future as well. So we're glad to have him back on the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the last one with him. So you guys should definitely, if you don't know who Matt is, go get to know him more on that last podcast. It was a really good one. Kind of went in depth how we met him and then what he's doing now and all that good stuff. So go check those ones out. It'll be in the description of the YouTube video whenever these go live and stuff like that. But yeah, I wanted to just get after it right away.
Yes.
Star Wars is coming out in 2 days. We're going to go see it.
So excited. And
me and Matt are very big Star Wars fans, so it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. The first trilogy was a little bit of throwback for us. Those prequels, man. That's where my nostalgia is at.
Dude, I love it.
There's so much hate, for the prequels, but man, you get Darth Maul, you get Jango Fett. I mean, there's some prime villains in those.
I know. I'm excited, dude. Yeah. Like, with it being in Disney's hands now, I just don't think they're gonna stop.
No.
Like, honestly, they're just gonna keep doing like miniseries.
Yes, there's one about Han Solo coming out. There's talks about an Obi-Wan.
I heard about that. One of my buddies.
Boba Fett.
So excited.
I hope they do it all.
They better do it all. Take my money right now.
I'm ready. I'm invested.
Yeah, and you're going to buy every single one of those.
Blu-ray.
In Blu-ray.
Eventually 4K. I got to...
Yeah, if anyone listening or watching this, if you don't know, Matt's an avid movie collector. And he's got... You probably have, about 6 full shelves downstairs in your basement now?
There's a lot.
They're all Blu-ray?
No, not yet. Not yet. It's expensive, man.
It is expensive. It's like buying a video game, dude.
Right, you're spending $20-$25 a DVD. I was looking through my Marvel collection, right? And I'm like, 25, 20. I'm at a couple $100 now.
Yeah.
And I got all the way up to Spider-Man. And I stopped counting, so I'm like, this is kind of depressing of how much I've spent already on the Marvel collection.
Man.
Then I got, the Batmans, I got the Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all those. Just it adds up quick, but it's worth it because we're nerds.
Hey, I mean, here's what I think. If you enjoy it, why not? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not just like completely dishing out hundos,
right?
You'll
buying
be
action figures.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, action figures are so sick though.
I have a few, from back in childhood.
Gotcha.
They're probably
if we ever end up going to Comic-Con, better bring some cash moolah. We were talking about this off the air, but yeah, it's very possible. I mean, me and Tony are pretty into like that type of stuff, I guess. I think it'd be.
So here's a question for you. We go to Comic-Con.
Okay.
Who do you dress up as? What's your costume?
I don't even know, dude. That's so hard. Like, you want to go as like a Marvel character, but I feel as if everyone goes as a Marvel character. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to give that some thought because that's so hard.
Right.
It's so hard. Do you have like a specific superhero that you're just, you adore?
Well, it's a super villain.
Super villain.
Right.
Okay.
The Joker.
Oh, dude.
But then you think of, okay, what Joker do you do? Do you do the cartoon one? Do you do the Heath Ledger one? You know, there's just so many different versions.
Right.
But dude, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that you say that, I almost want to be a villain now, or to go as a villain. That'd be sick. You mean you have to dress up a little bit if you're going to Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's a possibility.
Or Legolas from Lord of the Rings.
Dude, if I had my hair.
Plus.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That'd be cool though. I'd love to go to a Comic-Con. I mean,
yeah.
It's I can relate because I've been to a couple gaming events, and it's really cool. Like, everyone's there for one purpose, and it's just to nerd out, and you can relate to everyone there. They're all dressed up in different costumes, and
I've never been to one, but I've seen your YouTube videos when you're at TwitchCon.
It's a blast, dude.
You know, yeah, it looks like
a good time.
I'd love to go to Comic-Con sometime.
For sure, dude. Maybe in the future. Who knows?
You and Tony.
Dude, I'd love it. I'd absolutely dig it.
So let's talk about The Last Jedi a little bit.
All right, yeah, just a little like preamp for the movie coming up in 2 days. Who's all going with us actually? Isn't it like Trevor and his like brother's friends too are coming?
So our boy Trevor, the co-host of UnMeasured, he bought us all Star Wars tickets. Was a couple months in advance, which is really rare. Trevor is someone who is spur of the moment,
procrastinator.
He doesn't plan things out. It's just it happens.
It happens. Go with the flow, baby.
So when he bought these tickets, it was like, oh, no way, this is actually happening.
Right. I had to double take at the group chat to make sure this is real.
So I've been excited since then. And,
all right.
And every one of the boys. So me, you, Trevor, Tony, I think Cam, maybe Kristen, but I know Alex is not going to be there.
He's going to be out of town, man.
So
tough.
Bummer.
Tough, man.
Dude, I would have, allowed to get fired.
Yeah, Matt would have flown back the night of.
Yeah, even though he's traveling for work,
I know.
What's more important here?
Star Wars or
work?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited, dude. Yeah. I'm sure you've watched like different conspiracies on what people think is going to happen through it. And
when you're on YouTube, they just pop up. They're everywhere.
Clicking and clicking and clicking.
Snoke's identity revealed.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, I don't want to know until you go to the movie. I love being surprised.
Oh, that's the best part. Dude, another thing I can relate to that is how much people get to access games early before they come out. I feel as if there's no surprise factor when a new game comes out, because there's always a beta, or there's always a way to be able to try the game out before it comes out. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just think it's not as exciting when it comes out unless you are a person that just waits and just wants to be surprised by it.
Stays off Twitter.
Yeah, good luck with that, man. With social media.
Yeah.
You're just screwed anywhere you look.
I'm not looking on anything for Star Wars until we go.
We got another day, buddy. We got another day after this.
And hopefully I have a full work day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, I don't. We got bread in the morning.
Oh, that's true. You don't work tomorrow, do you?
Just bread.
Nice,
just
dude.
Bread.
Getting after it.
Yeah. So last night, I was with Trevor.
Uh-huh.
We started a new business.
Okay.
Young Buck Shoveling Services. This is a real thing.
No,
this is happening.
I think my mom said something about it.
So we shoveled 2 driveways, made a total of $80.
Okay.
So we both made $40 shoveling 2 driveways.
Nice.
And so we're thinking, what if we had, so that was 2 driveways. Took us maybe a couple hours, 2-3 hours. We had a whole evening stacked full of 4 or 5 driveways, a crew of guys.
That's easy cash,
easy money.
baby.
People don't want to go out in the cold. We were just talking about how it was 2 degrees this morning, and people don't want to go out at night. They want to be inside watching their Netflix or just chilling by the fire.
Yeah.
We're willing to go out there and shovel.
Even if it is, like you said, 5 driveways stacked up, let's just say you ask me or another guy or something, you can pound those out in less than 3 hours, with that many guys. Just have 2 guys at a drive, just plowing through it.
Easy money.
Dude, that's easy cash right there. $40 a driveway? Sign me up.
Yeah. So we decided, whoever's helping out, you split it all evenly.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 guys, $20.
There you go.
So
I mean, that's still over minimum wage right there. If you work 3 hours, bada bing, bada boom,
Yep. And to think like, I could work all day and then shovel and almost make a equal wage.
Right on, dude. Right on.
How cool would that be?
That's awesome.
Side cash.
Right? Well, especially here, man. That was probably one of the best states to do it, It's just got to snow is the thing where, I mean, it can be as cold as it wants up here, but if it ain't snowing, business ain't booming,
Right. So today it was snowing a little bit. I was sitting in my room playing some Call of Duty World at War.
Love it.
I looked out the window and I'm like, oh, it's snowing. So I was getting all excited. Usually you don't get excited when it snows because it's, bad roads or whatever. But snow equals money now.
Right. That's crazy. So, imagine making enough money to invest back into like your young buck shoveling business to eventually put a big old plow on your future truck. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Get a snow plow, a snow brush.
There you go.
Buy all the salt. I've been generating thoughts.
I like it, dude. I like it. Business mentality, getting after it. Sure.
And last time I was on too, I was talking about how I wanted a logo for my business. Well, now we need a logo for this business.
There you go.
Make little business cards. So we were thinking, right? So if it's Young Buck Shoveling Services, you get 2 shovels making an X.
Yep.
You got the shovels on the ends, but then the other ends are horns or antlers.
Okay. I mean, little speculation. I mean, doesn't hurt nobody. I know me and Trevor are either this weekend or next weekend. We're meeting with. You remember Spencer from high school?
I do.
He's a full-time graphic designer, I think, right now, or at least doing like an internship type of deal.
Good for him.
And he's done quite a few of my graphics in the past, and it's crazy because it's all about the people man.
Absolutely.
And so we're doing like a whole UnMeasured revamp here in the next 2 weeks to try and get something booming for the next year. So it's happening, man.
Then we can get t-shirts out.
Dude, then we can get Christmas tees out and start the whole new UnMeasured rebrand. I'm excited for it, man. I've never done something like this on this scale, and it's actually happening.
Dude, it'll be so worth it.
Right?
Throwing a little money into what you're doing. It's
fun. It's fun, man. Especially when people support it. When your friends and family support it, and then you have a little community such as I do, and just it keeps generating more people looking at it, and you're like, "Where'd you get that shirt? Oh, that's dope. UnMeasured? They're a podcast. What?
Yeah.
It's just the full circle coming back." But
it was cool because you guys we were at Trevor's engagement party, and I never listened to podcasts, but I was just listening to Robbie talk about, he'll listen to podcasts throughout the day. Trevor will listen to podcasts, and it's not so much just listening to music anymore. It's, I got a couple hours, working, but I don't need to talk to anybody, so I'll throw a podcast
Right,
on,
dude. I mean, I just started listening to podcasts early last year. So, I mean, a year and a half I've been listening to just different people, and now I've kind of chalked up a big list of people I listen to. It's like 6 different broadcasts that I listen to now, and I just kind of see what I'm interested in, take a look, see what I can take out from that, and It's interesting because it makes you listening to certain broadcasts make you really take different things from each one, and you can relate it back to what you're doing. So that's why I like it. And it just, it's a good time waster as well. Or you're at work or moving around or have an hour or two to spend, you just toss in the earbuds and,
So that's what's kind of nice about my job is it's all physical. And so you don't need to, it's not very mentally taxing. So you can have your earbuds in, even doing bread. You can listen to music the whole time or a podcast.
Yep. So I've been on that podcast train. Yeah, it's good stuff though. I never would have thought I would be listening to this many podcasts. I'm 22.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like this is like an older thing. You gotta be older to listen to podcasts.
In school, and we listen to a lot of TED Talks.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
It'd be a part of like the curriculum or the class for the day.
But now you're like you're interested in that now. It's like, oh, I want to hear what this guy has to say about this topic, and then you just soak it all in. It's cool though. It's cool. I actually wrote this down like a couple weeks ago. I wanted to kind of hear your opinion on it, see what you think about it, and you had any pointers to give. So this happens to me. I don't even know if there's a word for it, but I jotted this down. This is quote for quote. Fear of being a mooch and not wanting to ask others for help. So what I mean by that, I'll put it into like a streamer perspective so it's kind of relatable for people listening. Let's just say I have, a couple streamer friends that, stream consistently like me.
Sure.
I don't know what it is with me, but I mean, I've gotten better, obviously. I just will not go out of my way to ask others to collab, like to stream together, because I don't want to be that guy. You never want to be that guy that just goes out of their way and asks for help, I guess. And I know most of my friends wouldn't care and they'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I always had that fear in the back of my head of being a mooch and just leeching off of people where that's really not the incentive. It's to help each other out and just, you have someone that's on the same level as you where it's more relatable. You're like, oh, I didn't want to help this person out. They're doing the same thing as me. Why don't we just collab? That kind of a thing. So I guess if that makes sense, I just don't want to be that guy and just go out of my way and leech off of someone, if that makes sense.
Right. And I think, we all have different strengths, weaknesses.
Oh, for sure.
So, it could be a really good idea to go collab with somebody because you're gonna, iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? You could grow big in one way where you're weak because he's helping you out.
Yep.
And the same back for him. Kind of starting this business, I couldn't do it on my own. I needed help. And so it kind of feels like sometimes that I'm mooching off the guy I work with, but we both have strengths. We both have weaknesses, and they kind of counteract each other, and we're more productive. So don't look at it so much as like, oh, I'm mooching off, but you're just working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just been a little thing. Like, I'm not that as bad as I used to be with it, but I just sometimes it is like, maybe next time I'll ask her the next time and just keep putting it off. And it's like, I just need to go forth with it.
Yeah.
Not have a fear of, it's not rejection, but just like, no, like someone snapping back at me. No, why would you ask that or whatever? I don't know.
You just gotta
it's just
be
an interesting
bold.
thing. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Just something I wrote down and just.
Yeah, we all have different strengths and weaknesses.
It's a good way of putting it, though. Iron sharpens iron. One person can benefit off of something that a little bit more, and then you can benefit off of something they know a little bit more. So.
And just communicate your intentions too, right up front. Don't just start and then all of a sudden down the line you have two different ideas of what you're doing.
Yeah, I get you.
Up front, communicate what you're doing.
And I feel as if that's where people kind of get when they call people snakes, where, I mean, I would never do this in a million years to someone, but there are people that are just out for themselves. Unfortunately, it doesn't just go for streaming. I mean, it's a snaky business, but it goes for any business, man. People will do anything for success, and they'll leech off, exactly, and money. They'll do anything. Snakes in the grass will do anything, man. They'll sneak up and leech off of you and then pounce at the right time until they get what they came for, which is really sad, to be honest. Like,
talking about my industry, there are snakes too, storm chasers. We had that big hailstorm in Blaine, and there's a lot of things going on. Like, be careful about what contractors you talk to, because they'll come
really?
And they'll be like, oh, we'll do all this work for you, but they'd want you to pay up front.
I had no idea. And then
they would never show up because they're just looking for money.
What? Right? That's actually a thing?
That is a thing.
I never even would have thought that would be. That's a scam and a half?
Yep.
Wow.
People drive around, the country. Oh, a storm happened here. They're going to need, new siding or new roof.
Wow. That is a hustle.
Let's go get some money from them. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I've never heard something like that.
So never pay up front, pay after the job is done.
That's crazy.
And it gives them incentive to work a little quicker. You know what I mean?
Man, I never would have thought of that, because that hurts your guys' business substantially, because that's literally your business, is repair and remodel stuff and get the job done. But man, that's the shadiest thing I've ever heard, actually.
Snakes in the grass,
That's
brother.
Unreal, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, the snakes are everywhere.
Dude, in anything.
That's why communicate be honest up front.
Also, be careful who you trust, man. I have a problem with, I think you can relate to this as well, because we're pretty nice people, man. We don't go out of our way to just be snappy at people and just try to put people down. Exactly. Where I feel like you and me are a little too nice to people sometimes, and it sometimes can bite us back in the butt. Where, it wouldn't be a bad thing to kind of stand your ground a little bit and just say no. Where I struggle with that too. Just having to stand your ground and say no to something. Yeah. It's a hard thing to do, man, because I want to help people out to the best of my ability, whatever the situation is. But just sometimes where you get that eerie feeling and you're like, I should probably just stand my ground, say no, and just let them know.
It's funny. I was talking with the guy I work with about saying no, and how that's kind of a skill, being able to be like, I could help you out with that, but I really don't know. I wouldn't be able to do a professional job at that. It's a skill to be able to say no to something.
Exactly, dude.
Because then I used to have this problem, and I still kind of do, because we're talking about, we want to help people. We're not out there to scam people, but we just have that tender heart, right? We want to help people. And I would say yes to everything. Yeah. And then all of a sudden my schedule would just be 80 things going on at the same time, because I didn't want to say no. I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, or
that's a hard thing to do too, hurting someone's feelings. I was just going to say that. Just, you don't want to be that guy. We're going back to that. You don't want to be that guy or that person that just, you want to help someone out, but you're going to hurt people's feelings, whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not. You're going to hurt people's feelings, because they just want to hear the right answer. But, you got to do what's best for you in some situations, because otherwise people just start taking advantage of you. They'll just, oh, he's not going to say no. Oh, go ask Matt. He's not going to say no, that type of thing. Yeah. And it just like you were saying, it adds on, and then your schedule just becomes never, ever ending. And, like a similar thing as well is like saying you can hang out with a friend today, and then you tell another friend you can hang out that same day, and then you're like, oh no,
so many times,
right, dude? it's so hard, because you just, like I said, you just want to be that, you want to help people out, you want to comfort people and spend time with people. Yeah. But balance, man. Balance. Yep. It's such a hard thing to mastering your craft of balancing your schedule. It's just, it's so difficult.
And that requires having your priorities straight. Like, what's most important. Yep. Being disciplined with that. That's something I've really, as you get older, you have to do that, obviously, for life. But something I've been struggling with.
Yeah. It's not easy, man. And me and Trevor had a whole podcast. We spent like the whole 45 minutes talking about this, mastering your craft, and then balancing. What do you put in front of other things? So I'll just ask you the question. What do you think in your life you could balance better, or what do you want to balance in your life properly? Like, name like your top 4 things.
Number 1, definitely sleep. Okay. Especially doing physical work. My body, I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate, you're night owls. You want to stay up late, but then it's like, oh, I have to wake up early, and so that would be one of them, is going to bed earlier, being more disciplined with that. We were talking about this earlier too, snacking. I just got a PS4. Yep. And so I've been spending a lot of time playing Call of Duty. I'll go sit in my room. I got all my snacks. I was like, crap. I was working on eating healthy. And now I got this huge bag of pistachios here. I'm like pounding them. Or, pita chips and hummus. Like, what am I doing? Man. Just pounding food. Yeah. Let's see. Another one would be, I got having a lot of expenses coming up with having to pay back student loans and having to get insurance for my business and just buying tools. So budget would be huge. Balancing finances. So what is that? We got sleep,
snacking, and financial.
So 4, kind of what we were talking about, just being able to say no. Yeah. When people,
I've told you this over the years. It's a great thing to have the nicest person in the world as a friend, but you're way too nice, Matty. It is a thing.
I always, you hear the saying, nice guys finish last, right? Yeah. And I never believed that. I'm like, I'm the nicest guy. I'm not finishing last. But there are some things where I've just been burned.
Yeah, I got to stand your ground sometimes.
Sometimes
really do.
The nice guys do finish last.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, as long as you are mentally putting that through your thinking process daily, you're going to start wanting to get better at it, you know, and then taking it one step at a time and, you know, maybe fixing one of those 4 things and then moving on to the next one. And then you'll figure out how to balance things more properly, you know. And I'm no perfect person either, but I mean, I'm getting better, especially with the health stuff. I was really letting myself go over the last 2 years just because, you know, I'm a mid-20s prime metabolism.
Right.
Like, you know, I can eat whatever I want and I'll work it off because I'm young, and it, you know, it just starts building on you. And what do you know? I'm 200 pounds just like that. And I've never weighed that much in my entire life.
There's something on the news today. There was a study done, 24 different cases where they were, you know, just sitting down cause, you know, obesity or like weight gain, just sitting. And they found out, no, it's not like sitting, it's the lack of exercise. So if you're sitting all day and diet, but they found that just sitting down all day, you're not gonna pack the pounds.
Yeah, at least, I mean, even if you have to, let's just say like people have to have an office job, you know, where let's just say I did my streaming thing full time, that would be my job, you know, but I would suggest to people, try and move around every couple hours, because your joints and your muscles, they need to loosen up a little bit. Because if you're just sitting here clicking, doing paperwork, sending files, whatever you're doing, just sitting down, it's just not good. And
I mean, look at Trevor. He's got a desk job now, kind of, sort of. But then he goes to the YMCA every day.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's probably our most fit friend that we have.
Yeah, right now for sure. He's getting after it.
Besides Mitch. Your buddy Mitch, who's just freaking
I haven't
tank.
talked to Mitch in a while. I'd love to have him on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
That's a good dude right there. Miss that guy. Yeah, he's jacked. But yeah, dude, it's a hard balance, man, with, you know, life and job, you know, relationships, and then trying to stay healthy on top of all that while trying to enjoy yourself and taking time for yourself. That's one of my biggest things in the world, is trying to take time for myself. Because I mean, dude, I'm at my desk 10 hours a day minimum, and I'm streaming 7 hours a day, and then I'm doing YouTube stuff. I'm up till 1 a.m. a lot of these days, and I mean, I'm sleeping really well. It's just I'm go,
Sure.
and I just some days I need to take time and just relax and take a day for myself, like I did last Friday with you guys. We just sat down, watched a couple movies and just kicked it, man. You know, some days you need that. And whether it's just one day of the week or just a couple hours out of the week, it really just lessens the stress on you. Because
when surrounding yourself with people who make you laugh.
Oh, 100%.
Like, we were joking around and listening to crappy Eminem songs
man.
You know, just, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, surround yourself with positivity, man. I tell people this every day on the stream. I tell people I refuse to have negativity in my life. And I've had to cut out people. I really have. I've had to physically just cut the line on a couple people in my life because of the negative vibes and just the negativity and how it was affecting not just me, but other people. And, you know, just, I don't want to come off as that person that's always in a ticked off mood or is always angry at life or angry at my job.
Nobody wants to be around that person.
Exactly, dude.
So that makes you think to yourself, like, is it worth it that I'm all upset right now to push people away? You know, it makes you think about how am I going to act and react.
And if you really think about that stuff in the moment, you realize how stupid you sound or how stupid, you know, it probably comes off. And then
you sound like a moron, honestly.
You really do. I mean, just like pissed off, hitting stuff, throwing stuff. I mean, in the moment, we've all been there, at least, especially us guys. We're in that angry moment or whatever. It doesn't even have to be angry, but you're just ticked or whatever.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And you just start going off, and then you feel so much better. But at the same time, you're like, wow, I really didn't need to do that, you know?
Yeah,
I could have done it a better way.
I really struggle with anger.
I did too.
Real bad. I would hit things and, dude, funny story. I had this Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know, something like that. Playing this Beyblade game on there, and I kept falling off the edge. It kept dying, and I freaked out. got super upset, smashed it against my forehead, big black, dark hole on the screen, and I was little. I bawled my eyes out and chucked it down the stairs. I was so upset that I kept dying that I ruined my video game.
You know what's a funny story about that? I did the same exact thing to mine. It was a Game Boy Advance, the big purple one. I remember it vividly, dude. It was the SpongeBob SquarePants game. I was almost done with the level. I kept dying and dying like you did or whatever.
You have to reset.
Yep, I have to reset all the way back like those old school games. None of this new school crap where everyone gets checkpoints everywhere. You die, you're dead. Like you gotta start over.
All over.
But
level 1.
Dad, I smashed the shiz out of that on my head. Big black screen on the Game Boy, and I was just like,
what have I done?
What have I done? So I
hilarious.
can relate. I mean, there's a little hole in the wall over there too.
Yeah, I punched a hole in the living room and knuckle marks.
I feel like it's just with guys though. I mean, girls can get mad, but guys, you see guys just take it out on just inanimate objects more. Yeah, it's just more of a sharp rage, if that makes sense. Just kind of just in the moment, you just are Hulk for like a minute, and then you're done, and then you're good to go.
And that freaks people out too.
Oh, it does.
Like that. Previous relationship, she never wanted to see me angry. So I really had to work on how I acted and reacted around her. Because I was like, if I was angry around her, she didn't want to be around me at all. And so with dealing with anger when I was younger, that was a huge building block for me. Like having her there so I could check myself. Okay, that really pissed me off what she said. But I know that it's not going to help if I get angry at it.
Yeah, just trying to be the bigger man is so hard sometimes.
So it takes being humble and being patient.
Yep, whether you're in the right situation or the wrong situation, it's hard, especially if you know you're right, which is one of my biggest pet peeves in the world. When I know I'm absolutely right and another individual just is coming back at me with the wrong thing, and I'm like, you are so wrong, stop talking. It just boils your blood, dude. And you just you gotta gather it. Yeah, it's gonna, exactly. Is it really worth it? Should I really blow up on this person? What would the consequences be, or is this person gonna think of me different if I just go off on them right now?
I mean, if it was a life or death type
that's
of thing,
a lot different, but
if it's like
just a little thing. I mean, some of the littlest thing, I feel like this is so true though. Some of the littlest things that, couples argue about make the relationship so much much more difficult. Like it can be the littlest thing in the world. Like, why didn't you clean this up or whatever? Or why didn't you?
The tiny things.
Yep, the tiny things matter, man. Whether people realize it or not, and as you get older, you really soak more of that in, where it's just like we were saying, is it really worth it? What's going to be the outcome of this situation if I take it to that next step?
And I think that's what separates a mature person from someone who's immature.
Yep.
The acting and the reacting to the little things.
Yep.
And how are you going to be patient about it? I was standing in a Menards line on Black Friday. Totally forgot that lines take like an hour to get through, and I was like, oh my, I was getting upset. But I stopped myself and I was like, okay, I'm almost towards the back of the store, got to get to the front. This is going to take me a while, but the things in this cart are worth it to me right now. So I'm just going to have to be patient. I'm just going to have to roll with it. I can't get upset, because if I get upset, it's only going to make standing outside. It was outside too. It was in the garden section, right? So it would only make it worse if I was upset. So I was trying to think of, positive things, talk to the people around me, things like that. It makes your day so much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, patience is a virtue, man. I mean, as cheesy as that is. I mean, for example, today, I had a really weird sleeping schedule because I was up super late I wanted to get the podcast out today. I know Trevor's been really busy, so I helped him out. I took care of all the iTunes stuff, and then I uploaded my weekly vlog. So I had like a 6-hour session last night of just uploading, rendering, editing content, which is no big deal. I love doing it. It's fun to me. I love creating things. That would have taken me
longer than 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it took me 6 hours to do all of that, and then I had to upload them after that. So I got done by about 1 a.m., which isn't a big deal. I mean, I'm up quite a bit late at night anyways, but I had to set my alarm for 5 a.m. this morning, because if I uploaded the video any later than that, I wouldn't be able to stream on time. So I'm always trying to think 2 or 3 steps ahead of when I can, upload this, get content out now, and then when it'll finish so I can, stream and get more content out on the Twitch channel, which usually isn't a big deal. I'm done with it and we're smooth sailing. Today was a different story and it really pushed my patience, but I've gotten so good at it over the years because dealing with tech issues and, separating different things on 2 computers, multitasking, you
That's
learn
a
to be
skill
patient.
that not many people know how to do.
It's hard because people just get so frustrated that they give up, or they get so mad they start breaking things like we were saying.
Yeah.
And one thing led to another, and I finished all my stuff, and I ended up going back to bed, waking up at 7 a.m., going back to bed, waking up at 10:30, and I'm like, gosh, I've wasted so much time just trying to fall back asleep because of my weird sleep cycle this morning, which wasn't a big deal because I felt good. I got enough sleep. I'm good to go. And then I'm like, all right, I should probably get downstairs, start the morning remedies and eat some food and start up the stream. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get after it. Noon hits. I'm like, all right, let's eat real quick. Got done with that. It's almost 1 o'clock. I usually start around noon, sometimes earlier, but I knew I was going to be running a little late today. Not a big deal. Turn on one of my computers. There's a graphics card update, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll update it real quick. It's struggling. It's not updating. It's restarting, and it's not patching properly. So I'm like, all right, let's do this again. Restart it. Do it again. It updates, and then I have to restart it after it updates. There's a Windows update after the graphics card update. So Windows updates take a while.
Yeah,
they take a little while. So that took about 45 minutes after the initial start time where I was going to start around 1 o'clock. So it's about 2 o'clock right now. I'm thinking it'll be all good after this. I'll be able to stream a little bit before Matt comes over, as we're talking right now. But one thing leads to another. My capture card on my other PC isn't working. So I have to uninstall all that software, reinstall it, and figure out why it's not working. By that time, it's about 3:30. I haven't even started stream yet. Podcast starts in like 4 hours. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking to myself, I really thought this today. I'm like, just calm down, Bren. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Just don't get too mad over it because you're just going to hate yourself more if you freak out about it. I calmed myself down, tried this, tried that, fixed it, and then booted everything up and we're good to go. Granted, I didn't get to stream as long as I'd like to today, but, I was patient with myself and I had a good time. I had a really good time streaming for 2 hours, talking with people. I wasn't in a bad mood, and it really reflects and it shows, how a positive influence can be on other people. Whether you had a crappy day or whether you had tech issues this day or whatever the case may have been, it makes a difference. Just the little things, just like that.
You're prioritizing, your mind was over the matter.
And it's a huge thing for people that, struggle with it. Mind over matter, mental toughness. It's tough.
We talked about mental toughness relentlessly when I was playing college baseball. Because, baseball, you got to be physically, ready to play the game at that level. But baseball is very much a mental game.
Oh, I think it's 90% mental
right?
baseball.
You got to have patience. And it taught me a lot of things just for life. Mental toughness. Grinding out, playing a game that's in 20 degrees and it's sleeting sideways. Or just, outworking your opponent mentally. And it's just so important to be just mentally stronger than what's happening around you. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, dude. That's about it, dog. That was a quick 45, huh?
There it is.
Yeah, dude. Any closing thoughts or anything like that? Any final
I'm
points,
just so
or is that
excited for Star Wars.
Dude, I am too, man.
I don't know if
I'm so pumped.
What is it, Thursday night we're going?
I believe it's Thursday night, yes. I'm excited, dude. That's all that's on my mind right now. I don't get excited for movies very much.
You know what I might go do tonight?
What's that? Gonna watch Star Wars.
I think I might go watch episode 7.
Oh, you savage. I love it.
Unless you want to watch it with me tomorrow.
I mean, we'll see. But yeah, dude.
I thought about, binging 1, 2, 3, 4 row.
That's a grind.
5, 6,
You better
7.
start tonight then.
But we got bread in the
I
morning.
know, right,
I'm sure
right.
there's a driveway that's gonna pop up.
There you go.
But
I get it. Nonetheless, though, I'm excited. Get to go with the buds and have a good time and
that'd be great.
watch a good movie. It'll be exciting. I think that's pretty much all I had then. But pretty good. Thanks for filling in, Matty. We do appreciate it. Got to get after the grind and
absolutely
and kill it. But killed it today. Ooh, sweaty hands. He's back.
It's warm and
it is really warm. I mean, you're wearing a full suit. Nearly. Yeah, hydrate up, buddy.
Well, I was wearing a lot of warm clothes today, being outside.
True. Shoveling, getting the blood flowing, all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. This should be up on iTunes by the morning. I should probably get out tonight and all that good stuff. YouTube, maybe in the next day or so. But yeah, guys, other than that, go check out Matt's Instagram. I'll throw that in the description below if you guys want to go see pictures of his dog. Go follow that.
Shout out to Remy.
Yeah, there you go. It's Rejuvenation, right?
Rejuvenation 22.
There you go.
Like
Rejuvenation 22. Go check that out.
And my gamer tag is Rejuvenation_22.
There you go. If you want to carry Matt in some Call of Duty.
PS4. I just started up again. So.
Love it. But yeah, go check us out, guys, as well. UnMeasured Pod on Twitter, UnMeasured Pod on Instagram, all that good stuff. This will be up on iTunes tomorrow, YouTube in the next couple days. But other than that, this has been your boy Brennen and my co-host for today,
Matty J.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.